Hello everyone. Before this presentation starts, this is for educational use only. Our group is allowing our instructor, Mr. Roldan Ardines, to use this as an educational material. Good day everyone, we are the group 3 and we are discussing about individual versus social identity online. Let's talk about identity, the piece of ourselves that tell us who we are and what we are like, and the piece of ourselves that others used to decide who they think we are and what we are actually like. There are basically two types of identities that we possess, a personal identity and our social identity. Let's focus first on personal identities. Take a few moments and think about who you are and your personal traits. Self-identity or personal identity is about who you are indifferent to others, or it is a certain thing that make us unique. Like we have different traits, hobbies, and interests. For example is that when you are good at math and your friends are not, that makes you unique in your group.
Social identity online. What is social identity online? Simply put, online social identities are self-concepts that result through identification with social groups or categories that individuals experience online. Why is What are examples of social identity online? For example, people define their identity explicitly by creating user profile in social network services such as Facebook or LinkedIn and online dating services. By expressing opinions on blogs and other social media, they define more tacit identities. Why your online identity is important? Managing online identities is important because it provides platforms, for example, to express their feelings and show different sides their personalities. It helps people to understand you more holistically. It helps to shape people's impersonally perception.
Social identity online. Through interaction with other users and established online identity acquires a reputation. It enables other users to decide whether the identity is worthy of trust. Online identities are associated with users through authentication, which typically requires registration and logging in. Some websites also use the user's IP address or tracking cookies to identify users.
Social identity online. Through interaction with other users, an established online identity acquires a reputation which enables other users to decide whether the identity is worthy of trust. Online identities are associated with users through authentication, which typically requires registration and logging in. Some websites also use the user's IP address or tracking cookies to identify users.
Identity expression and identity exposure. The usage of the web to support the social process represents a space in which people have the possibility to express and expose their identity. In a social context, for example, people define their identity explicitly by creating user profiles in social network services such as Facebook and online dating services. By expressing opinions on blogs and other social media, they define more tacit identities. The disclosure of a person's identity may present certain issues related to privacy. Many people adopt strategies that help them control the disclosure of their personal information online. Some strategies require users to invest considerable effort. Online activities may affect our offline personality.
Offline identity. We all know that it is important to have a strong cybersecurity practices in order to keep our information safe. We might develop strong passwords, have two-factor authentication, or not connect to public Wi-Fi. However, we should also take into account what we say and do online and offline, as it is very easy to accidentally give away some information that could be used by hackers. Our offline identity is pretty straightforward. It is how we act around other people, what information we tell and to whom. For example, your friends might know where you work, where you go to school, and where you live. It is important to keep this information safe because hackers want any of your data that they can get their hands on. According to Roshni, he tells us that making your credentials easy to access is similar to giving a thief the key to access your front door.
Step you can take to keep yourself safe online. Protect our device and data. Only browse websites that begin with HTTPS. If you need to sign up to anything, use passwords that are hard to crack. Be discreet on and offline. Avoid sharing personal or confidential information, especially on social media. You can also check your accounts and profiles, privacy, and security settings. Think before clicking or responding. Be wary of surprise emails and messages that ask you to click a link, download a file, give confidential information, or carry out the other actions. Keep your password safe. Passphrases or three or more words are much more unbreakable. Never share them. If it locks off, report it. Organization cybersecurity teams can cut off or stifle an attack if we let them know the possible threat early.
My topic is all about benefits of individual versus social identity online. So let's talk about first online identity. Online identity has given people the opportunity to feel comfortable in wide-ranging rules, some of which may be underlying aspects of the user's lives that the users is unable to portray in the real world. Online identity has a beneficial effect of minority groups, and including racial and ethnic minority populations and people with disabilities. Online identities may help remove prejudices created by stereotypes found in real life, and thus provide a greater sense of inclusion. Online identity can offer potential social benefits to those with physical and sensory disabilities. The flexibility of online media provides control over the disclosure of impairment, an opportunity not typically available in real-world social interactions. This is some example benefits of social identity online. First, social connection. Social identity allows you to connect with others who share similar interests or identities, creating a sense of community and belonging. Second, social support. Within the social networks, you can find emotional support, resources, and advice from others who have shared experience or challenges. Third, collective action. A social identity can facilitate collective action and advocacy for social change as people with a shared identity work together toward common goals. And last, increase visibility. A social identity can increase visibility and awareness of issue and experience that might otherwise go unnoticed or be marginalized. And then the benefits of individual identity online is personal privacy. With an individual identity, you can maintain a level of privacy and control over your personal information and online presence. And personal branding. An individual identity can help you build your personal brand and establish yourself as an expert in your field. And overall, both individual and social identities can have benefits in the online world, depending on what you are looking for and what your goals are. And that's it. Thank you.
Primarily, concern regarding virtual identity revolve around the areas of misrepresentation and the contrasting effects of on and offline existence, sexuality and sexual behavior. Online provides some of the most controversial debate with many concerned about the predatory nature of some users. This is particularly in the reference to concern about child pornography and the ability of pedophiles to obscure their identity. The concern regarding the connection between on and offline lives have challenged the notions of what constitutes a real experience. In reference to gender, sexuality, and sexual behavior, the ability to play with these ideas has resulted
in a questioning of how virtual experience may affect one's offline emotions. As McRae states, virtual sex not only complicates but drastically unsettles the division between mind, body, and self that has become a comfortable truism in Western metaphysics. When projected into virtuality, mind, body, and self all become consciously manufactured constructs through which individuals interact with each other. Thank you. That's all.
That's all for our presentation. Thank you.